Okay, this one isn't too bad. 10.6, I'm actually going to give you the formulas to use. What you have to be able to do is to solve them, okay? So we have our growth and decay. The y, the a, they're always our ending value. So you can kind of see this is our ending value, this is our ending value, this is our ending value. It's just different letters depending on what we're dealing with. And you're going to be able to use this on the test, so you can kind of get used to what's going on here. Usually this one here is going to be your starting value, either principal or starting value. That means whatever you initially have. Okay, so P or A or N depending. The K is a constant. Okay, so that's something I have to give you or you're going to be solving for it. So that's only in some of the problems you have a K that's a constant. And then the other one that you'll see is time. T always stands for time in these. So you can see the T. Oh no, we have an N here that stands for time. Okay, so it kind of depends on the problem. But again, you don't have to memorize these, and I'm actually going to tell you which ones to use. All right, and then R stands for interest rate. So R stands for interest rate. Now remember, you do have to change that to a decimal. We talked about that in Algebra 1. You can't just put in as a number. You have to put in as a decimal. So make sure you look for that and know how to do that. E we already know. So that's kind of where you'll see everything. So let's look. This is exactly how the problems are going to appear. We have Carl plans to invest $500 at 8.25% interest. Compound it continuously. How long will it take for your money to triple? Okay, so this one, so we're going to just look. I'm going to give you this on the test even. You just have to know where to put the right number in for the right letter, and then you have to know how to solve it. So in this case, we want to know how long it'll take to triple. Okay? So if we start it with $500, that's our P, 500. If we want to triple that, that means we want our ending amount to be 1,500. Okay? E is a constant. R is the rate. So the rate in this problem is 8.25. We have to divide that by 100 before we put that into our equation. And so when you divide that by 100, you get 0.0825t. Now it's about solving a natural log problem. So you should know how to do this. The first thing I'm going to do is divide both sides by 500. I want to get E as much as I can by itself. Okay? So I divide it by 500. So I'm going to just bring this over here so I have room. So now I have 3, which makes sense. We tripled it, equals E to the 0.0825t. Now we need to get the t out of the numerator. Well, if we're dealing with an E, we're dealing with a natural log. Well, if I take the natural log of each side, that will take care of the E. So I'm going to take natural log of 3 and natural log of E, 0.0825t. Well, natural log of E, they're inverses, so that goes away. So now we have natural log of 3 equals 0.0825t. We're home free. I divide both sides by 0.825. I get t by itself now. This is now a calculator problem. I put ln 3, or natural log 3, enter. Divide by 0.0825, so t equals 13.3165. If I'm asking for time, I could say 13 years. Okay? I do need to see work on these. You cannot just give me the answer. I understand that a lot of this can be done in the calculator, but I want to see the steps. I'm more concerned about the steps than the answers. I gave you the answers because I want to see that you know how to get to the answer. Okay, the next one. A certain strain of bacteria grows from 40 to 326 in 120 minutes. Find the K. So we're looking for K here. So let's see if we can. Y is our ending amount. So our bacteria ends up at 326. It started at 40. E we know already. K is what we're looking for. And T is 120. All right. I need to get E by itself. So I'm going to divide by 40 on both sides. And so that gives me 8.15 equals E. And I'm going to change this to 120K because it looks better to me. Doesn't matter. In order to get rid of that E, I can take the ln of both sides. That's a legal move. When I do that, I'm taking the inverse of E, so that goes away. So now we're left with 8.15 equals 120k. Now it's just a simple, oops, sorry, forgot the ln. Now it's a simple calculator problem. So it's ln 8.15 divided by 120 is going to be our constant. So our constant value in this is 0.0175. Okay? So it's just a matter of plugging in and solving it. But if you didn't learn all the sections up until now, you're not going to be able to solve these problems. These are all logarithms or natural logs. Okay, the next one. A $40,000 car depreciates at a constant rate of 12% per year. In how many years will it be worth $12,000? Well, our ending amount is $12,000. Our starting amount was $40,000. 1 minus r, well, r is 12%. Remember, we have to divide that by 100. So that's 0.12. And n in this case is our time. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is divide both sides by 40,000. Okay, and then that's going to give me 0.3 equals 1 minus 1.2. We can do because that's in parentheses. 1 minus 0.12. That's going to give me 0.88 to the n power. You have two choices here. You can do natural log or you can do log. I'm going to do log of both sides this time. So I'm going to take the log of both sides. Legal move because I'm doing it to both sides. Why did I do that? Because now I can take that n and put it out front. So log of 0.3, remember, if it's a log to a power, that is the same as multiplication. So n log of 0.88. Well, now I can just divide both sides by log of 0.88. And now n is by itself. We have a calculator problem. So I can pick up my calculator, do log of 0.3, divide it by log of 0.88, hit enter, and I get 9.4183. Now some of you might ask, well, how did you know to take log and not natural log? Actually, in my notes, I did natural log on both sides and I got the same answer. So you could have done natural log on both sides because that, again, can be put into your calculator. Okay, so this is nothing new here. This is just putting the numbers in and making sure you know how to solve. Again, I'm looking for you to show work. I do not want to see you turning in work that doesn't have any, turning in homework that just has the answers. That means all you did was copy my answers, and I don't have time for that. So don't waste my time turning that in. Actually show your work.